Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Doby. A foundational planning question with which we're working all the time when it comes to clients who are either looking at or perhaps already in retirement is, am I doing the right thing when I'm thinking about retirement? I'm going to start out with a terrible answer. It's different for everybody, you know that, from listening to the North Main Minute on other occasions. But I'm going to give you a couple of just large picture ideas that you want to keep in mind, especially if you are looking at or at the front end of retirement. First, understand what retirement is going to mean for you from a financial standpoint. And I understand that's a big and sometimes very daunting kind of question, but in the best ways that you can, understand what that's going to mean. I'm looking at things like income sources. Are you going to be eligible for Social Security? Do you have a pension? Are you going to work perhaps part-time in retirement? Especially in this day and age with longer life expectancies, we have a lot of clients who are working to help supplement their retirement income. Portfolio assets, other means of helping that income picture when you no longer are receiving a formal paycheck in the ways that you have previously. So that's the first kind of thing, understand what it's going to look like. Second kind of thing, make sure that you do your planning, we recommend, in a conservative way. Meaning that, you hear us say this all the time, I know, don't just think in straight lines. It's easy for us to do that. Even advisors do that constantly, so we're guilty of it as anybody in pushing that idea, but life does not run in straight lines. We have peaks, we have valleys, and we have a whole lot of time where we're somewhere in between when it comes to our financial lives. So make sure that your plan is flexible enough to be able to accommodate those dips so that you're not wrecking the plan over the long term. Be conservative in your planning. Third and final item for this particular point of discussion here, when you're doing your projections, especially about portfolio-related kinds of things, make sure you're doing so conservatively. It's important that you're invested for the long term in retirement. Sometimes we get caught up in the idea where when we actually declare retirement, when we're on retirement day one, we need to get hyper-conservative. Well, that works if you have a very short life expectancy. However, with life expectancy now in retirement, not just years, but decades, you want to be mindful of making sure that your portfolio assets are able to survive that in durability. Because we also have things, not just from an income needs standpoint, but perhaps long-term care and other medical kinds of needs that can happen later in life. You want to make sure that your plan, again, is financially flexible enough to be able to accommodate that. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, maybe take a look at how the flexibility of your plan is. Maybe it's not flexible. Maybe we need to look at ways to make it more flexible. Are you invested not only for today, but for the kinds of things that can sustain over the course of not years, but decades? We'd love to chat with you, northmainfinancial.com.